I'm Chuck Fleischmann, and I am privileged to represent people of the 3rd District of Tennessee, specifically the great city of Oak Ridge. We have a great national lab, the Y-12 plant. We're building the uranium processing facility, and perhaps what I'm even most proud is our legacy cleanup, which we do there and across the country. Excuse the wordiness of this first question, but it's very important, and it will only require a yes or no answer, and I hope I get my second question in. Madam Secretary, I'd like to talk about an important mission that without which we could not have cancer treatments, medical diagnostic techniques. NASA wouldn't be able to explore Mars. That mission, Madam Secretary, is the production of isotopes. Isotopes are used for hundreds of applications, neutron detectors for homeland security applications, explosive detection, and many others. This work is done under the Office of Science Isotope Production Program. It's also done at several laboratories and universities, including the Oak Ridge National Lab in my district. Many of the critical isotopes for these missions can only be made in Oak Ridge's high-flux isotope reactor, also known as HIFER, which is the highest neutron flux available for isotope production in the United States, and the nuclear infrastructure, including hot cells, to process the materials after they go into the reactor. It is vitally important that we fund HIFER and those hot cells adequately to make sure that we continue to supply the nation with the isotopes it needs. Over the last few years, the budget request for the hot cells has been inadequate. I've had to work through this committee to ensure the funding was adequate to keep those facilities operating, and I'd like to specifically thank Chairwoman Kaptur for her support in that effort. My question for you, Madam Secretary, is will you ensure that we will have adequate funding to make sure that we can continue to do the important work to deliver these needed isotopes?
Yes, the budget supports isotopes.
Thank you. By the way, I do invite you to Oak Ridge to see our great DOE reservation.
Completely want to go. I'm excited to.
Yes, thank you. Last year, this is very important, my next question. Last year in Oak Ridge, we celebrated Vision 2020, which saw the first successful demolition of the gaseous diffusion plant. That was K-25, which at one point in time was the largest building in the world, and was even more impressive with the contractor that it was completed under budget, 4 years ahead of schedule, and saved the taxpayers $500 million. One of the critical factors which allowed us for this cleanup was at the East Tennessee Technology Park was having on-site disposal availability, and this is very important. The current on-site disposal facility is expected to be full by approximately 2027 and does not have the capacity to accommodate all the remaining waste from the cleanup at Oak Ridge National Laboratory or the Y-12 National Security Complex. This makes timely regulatory approval and construction of the new planned on-site disposal facility, environmental management disposal facility, crucial for ensuring continued efficient cleanup across the Oak Ridge Reservation and protecting the health and safety of the public and environment from mercury and other hazards. Is the department still committed to pursuing EMDF and requesting adequate funding, ma'am?
Yes, yes. EM is planning on this second on-site disposal facility to support the cleanup efforts there. We're going to use the disposal facilities for low-risk materials with higher contaminated water shipped off-site for safe disposal, and on-site disposal of the low-risk material is the approach that ensures the timely progress and the significant risk reduction and the environmental benefit as well. So we're working with EPA and the state of Tennessee on a scientifically driven approach on this, and we are committed to designing and constructing and operating and closing the proposed facility in a manner that protects human health and the environment, and on time and supported.
And Madam Secretary, so that you know, I had the support of the Obama administration and the Trump administration in getting this done. Matter of fact, Secretary Moniz and I worked so well together. It was his first visit to come to Oak Ridge. When you see it, it will clearly show you the great work that DOE has done historically. We've got a national park there now that Republicans and Democrats work together to get done. Again, I look forward to meeting you in person and inviting you to host you in Oak Ridge. Thank you, Madam Chair. I yield back.